There is an art show that was a dream of mine for a long time. I applied several years in a row, and I applied again this year. Fingers were crossed. I got the email. I did not get in. But then several months later, short notice, I got an email that there was a spot open asking me if I wanted to do it, and I said absolutely yes. So I scrambled to get things ready. This is what it looks like when I'm varnishing, because everything has to dry, and there's a fan in here so it keeps the fumes at bay. Made a huge mess, but I'm packed up. I'm gonna leave very soon. I'll show you the painting that is not dry yet, so I'm not bringing it until it's totally dry, and I'm hoping it will be dry by tomorrow because it's a 3-day show. On the plus side though, I'm not nervous at all because I don't have that kind of energy, and I'm actually I should take a minute and do some breathing exercises. The car is packed. I'll show you that now. You can see on the top in a tarp, that's the display, which I'll show you later. And then in here we have paintings, and that is the tent shoved in the front there. And then I have cards and things, a card table, and then a piece of furniture in my partner's car that he'll be bringing later. This was my first outdoor several days show, so I was very curious how my tent was gonna hold up. It was the first time I'd ever staked down my tent. We were expecting a lot of weather, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder and rain, but I love the rain, and it had been so hot, so I was absolutely ready for the rain. And the first day was nice. The first day was beautiful. I showed up. There were so many incredibly helpful vendors, and they were so sweet. I had a lady come over to me immediately and say, would you like some advice? I've been doing this for a long time. And I said, please give me advice, and thanks for being so nice about it. And she let me know I could, because of the location I was in, I could open up the side of my tent. And that was beautiful. That was an incredible idea. So the first night was really fun. Got the tent set up, and it was showtime. This is one of the bigger shows that I've ever done. So I was really surprised at the amount of traffic and just the people there who were really excited about art and excited to buy art. For the night, I took my paintings out and things that could be really damaged by morning dew and things like that. And I'm glad I did, because there was a pretty intense storm that night. The wind really picked up, but I got there the next morning with high hopes and ready to be prepared for anything. My tent was pulled open and things were askew. It honestly wasn't that bad. I just had to seal up. This whole side was flapping. I was walking up to the tent and I said to myself, oh no, somebody's tent totally, you know, blew open and made a huge mess everywhere. And then I realized it was me. But these stayed up, which is amazing because this whole wall was flapping. And then I just gotta clean up a few things. But honestly, could have been worse. I don't even think my stuff really got wet. I'm glad I didn't leave any paintings here overnight. I will show you what it's like in the morning before anyone gets here. It's really beautiful, really calm, and it looks like every other tent that I've seen stood up to it really well. So that's nice. That's nice. No one else's stuff got ruined. I'm parked close to unload, and then I'm going to walk a mile from the parking, so I'll get my steps in, which is nice. I'm really hoping that it doesn't rain for too long today, but I will take rain over sun any day. I much prefer it to be cold, but I did dress very warm, as you can see. So wind got into my tent. It got a little wild. I actually had another vendor say that they came and checked on my tent in the middle of the night because they saw it was in such a state, but they were happy to go in and see there was no art inside, so it was okay. So I got it all set up. It wasn't too big of a deal to clean up a little bit, and I was ready for day 2. Woo! I'm walking the mile to my tent. They do have a shuttle, but I want to walk. It's beautiful. I love this weather, so I'm happy as a clam. There's this gorgeous trail leading back to camp. There is a chokecherry tree here. Nope, they're not chokecherries. Never mind. I was all excited. Disregard. This is a chokecherry tree, not several feet away. It's to now in case I want to make a tiny batch of choke cherry jam. It's taking me forever to get back to camp because I keep stopping to take pictures. That's a wild rose bush. That's a choke cherry tree. But we'll take a shortcut and maybe talk to some of Bozeman's previous residents. Good morning, everyone. Well, my display is turned around because this whole side was open, but since it's going to rain all day, but then the next day will be nice, I'm just gonna hang them on the back. They're not quite as, they're stable, they're not going anywhere. They are gonna move a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get through today and then tomorrow will be sunny and we'll just go from there. It's a little rainy, but it's nice and dry inside the tents where you can peruse beautiful art and things. A lot of people have blankets. I think that's a great idea. I was almost late because I kept stopping to take videos and pictures. It was so beautiful and the light was so perfect with the deep rich colors because of all the rain, but I knew I had to hurry because I was there for an art show, not to photograph the beautiful landscapes. When you're a painter though, I feel like everything you look at is inspiration for a painting, so it can be hard to tear yourself away. I was so shocked, even though it was raining, so many people still came out. They just had on their umbrellas and their jackets. Some people just hoodies, but they came out anyway because of the rain. My show's starting out. What I was told is you want to stand outside your booth, you want to talk to people, you want to pull them in. And as somebody who is more of an introvert, I love people, but they can be exhausting. That's not really my personality. It's really hard for me to do. And I found that when I was doing that, when I was out there, when I was, you know, projecting and trying to get people to come in, it honestly made them avoid me so much. And I get that because I don't want that either. I want to be able to enjoy the art and look at it without somebody asking me a bunch of questions or trying to direct me a certain way. It's very distracting and then I just want to leave the situation. The thing that worked best for me, I found, is I have a table, I'm sitting down, and I was able to sketch and draw while I was there, which is nice for a few reasons. One, because it gave me something to do, something to occupy me if there was a lull. And then also, it gives people time to come into your booth and have a look without having to interact or address you right away. I noticed that if people come in and I immediately start talking to them, it can be very distracting. Whereas if you give them just a moment to look and see what you have, and then ask them, you know, how's your day going? That worked really well for me. So if you find that you're maybe a little shy or that being super outgoing can be exhausting, I really suggest that. Bring something to do, have a table or an area that you can be stationed at, and then work on that. And it was also really fun because a lot of people are super curious about what you're doing. They want to see what you're drawing, they want to talk about it. It's a great way to start a conversation about art, and it made me feel more in my element and that I was being more honest than just kind of standing out in the sort of a step right up.
He's a music man. He's a what? He's a what?
Even with the rain, the second day, fantastic. I had so much fun. I was so lucky. My parents live nearby, so I was able to schedule people to give me bathroom breaks. I know some people do these shows alone, and the setup could be tough, but the bathroom breaks, how do you do it? I know some festivals will provide someone who can go and help watch booths while people get food and stuff. This show also so well organized. They had people who could come watch your booth while you went and took breaks. Not a lot of shows have that, or if they do, it can be really limited. Oh, day 2, I sold out of a lot of prints, so I was able to go home and print more. If you've seen the dramatic video I have about my new printer. No! I just want one print. Me and the printer are getting along great. I'll do a video soon about how much I love it, but it's wonderful. So I was able to just go home and make prints and restock, and that was fantastic. Day 3 was so exciting. I was ready. I felt like I had the hang of things. I knew the weather was gonna be nice, so there was going to be so many more people. there was no lightning storms or anything like that. Have another wonderful day. By the end of day 3, I was super tired, but I was having the best time. I love these shows. I love seeing what other people are making. That's always really fun because, you know, in person it's so much different to see than just a photo online. If you get to see it or, you know, sometimes handle it depending on what it is. So it's very fun to be there in person in the moment and share that with people. Everyone was so helpful. My boyfriend's super helpful. My friends who stopped by to give me food and breaks. My parents who are just, you know, super supportive. And I just set up these shelves. Oh, I should show you because all this stuff was on the floor for a long time because I had nowhere to put it. So I'm slowly trying to organize. Yeah, that was my first outdoor 3-day show, biggest show I've ever done. So much fun. I really hope I get in next year. The shop that carries my stuff, and they do really well with selling the smaller things. They make great gifts. So I'm working on a little landscape. I just started this yesterday. It never stops. It always is going. I'm always painting. I really need to end this video, but I couldn't without showing you all this. I got new stickers coming, and it's just so cute when they're a little family. Like, look at all the little sizes. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, bye for real.